Hi everyone, my name is Miragona Pinakai and I am a family law clerk and a family mediator in training in the province of Ontario. And I'm here today with Stephen Benmor, who is a family lawyer. He actually specializes in the area of family law. And we're here today to discuss COVID-19 and how that affects co-parenting in the midst of this outbreak.
As you know, I've been doing this for over 25 years. And in 25 years of practicing family law and helping hundreds, if not thousands, of parents who are going through divorce, I thought I answered every possible question that a parent can have about how to deal with their separation and divorce. And then COVID came. And in the last week, I have been fielding dozens of questions from parents who are going through divorce right now, asking me what to do with the current situation, with the pandemic, with parenting, with financial issues. And COVID has actually caused us to have questions that we don't necessarily have all the answers to. But I'm going to do my best to answer your question today.
On that note, very popular questions out there is, how should family lawyers be addressing situations where access parents are relying on coronavirus as an excuse not to return children to the primary caregiver?
So in the normal case, without COVID, without this pandemic, the answer would be very simple and straightforward, and everybody would give the same answer. If there is a separation agreement, if there is a court order, if there is an arbitration award, if any one of those sets out what the children's time is with each parent, the parent must comply with it. And a parent that doesn't comply with that schedule would be considered in contempt of court order or in breach of the contract, and the other parent would have all these remedies, including a change in the custodial arrangement. Mm-hmm. Then comes COVID, and COVID has actually thrown us for a loop. The question then becomes, should a parent be able to insist that the children remain with one parent in isolation to ensure that the likelihood of infection is avoided or reduced? Now, there are parents right now that are using coronavirus as an excuse in which to keep the kids with him or her. And there are other parents that are not doing it as a matter of excuse or as a lever. They're doing it because they legitimately are attempting to ensure that the children are safe. So in the last week, I've been asked this question repeatedly, and I've given very different answers because there's not a one-size-fits-all answer to the question. So in the normal course, where the children are healthy and each parent is healthy and each parent lives on their own and the children would be otherwise safe in the care of either parent in accordance with the normal schedule as set out in the agreement or the order, then the children should go back and forth as per the schedule. Of course, precautions need to be taken. They should be self-isolating when they're each with each parent. The home should be sanitized and so forth. But there are cases, and there have been cases, where one parent is living with his or her parents, the elderly grandparents, who may have infectious respiratory problems, in which case it would not be safe for the children to go to that home. It would both expose the elderly parents or it would expose the children. And that places the children at higher risk. So in that situation, the advice might be, maybe the children should stay with the healthier parent or the parent that doesn't have any additional risk of exposure to coronavirus. But then there's other cases where, for example, the exchanges are supposed to take place at school. Now the schools are closed and the daycares are closed, so where do the exchanges take place? So we've had to come up with alternative plans. But even there, some parents are saying, no, I'm not going to go to that other place, in which case they're simply acting unreasonably. Well, all of these situations, certainly the ones where the people are unreasonable, will definitely ultimately be reviewed and considered by judges, mediators, and lawyers in the future. But in the meantime, we are in the middle of a pandemic. So the best advice that I can give is, in the event that the children are with one parent, whether it's under protest or on the agreement of both parents, given the era in which we have Skype and Zoom and FaceTime and email and phone calls, there is absolutely no reason why the parent who is not with the children should not be in close, regular, and ongoing contact with the children. And in fact, I would suggest that the residential parent has an even greater obligation to ensure that all of those modes of communication are taken advantage of to maintain ongoing and fulsome contact between the parent who is not with the children and the children.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for your time, and I hope that this was very informative and helpful to our viewers. But if you guys have any more questions or want to share concerns stemming from this conversation, then just comment down below, because we want to hear from you and your experiences, as this is surely, affecting a lot of families right now. So thank you.
Stay healthy.